pretty accurate in the post game that obviously when you turn the ball over that many times, it's extremely difficult to win, much less against a team that of the caliber of Texas. Defensively, they have great speed in the secondary. They run very well. They tackle very well. And then offensively, they got guys that they can get the ball to on the perimeter to keep you spread out. Quarterback's very mature. He's got a lot of experience, good football player. And they're very good in the kicking game with their speed. So we give them credit. They made plays. Their coaches made good decisions, had good game plans. And we put that one behind us now. I'll address Kendall Hunter up front to save somebody from asking the question. We expect him to practice this week and move forward. Essentially the same thing he's done the last few weeks. When he went into the game, he felt okay, didn't feel great, so we weren't comfortable in putting him back out there, and that's why he didn't get back out there in the Texas game. But plans from that standpoint will be to continue and move forward, and hopefully we'll get him for some more plays this week. Iowa State, obviously, I think they're leading the league in rushing. I know they were way up there when I checked a week ago. A big read zone team, obviously playing two quarterbacks. They got a big guy on the perimeter. It's either 82 or 85. I can't remember exactly what his number is. That makes plays for him. And defensively, they're surprisingly somewhat similar that they were to what they were last year, even though it's a different coaching staff. But they've done a good job of keeping things in front of them and tackling in space. And they've had some junior college players come in and contribute to their success. So, we're back at it this week, and our challenge will be good week of practice and preparation and travel up there and have a good game on Saturday.
Mike, one way that we can continue to elevate the program is beat teams at the top. One way you can also do that is beat the teams you're supposed to beat, which you've done in the last few years. Can you talk about how important it is? This is a team you probably ought to beat. Can you talk about how important it is to just take care of business against teams like that? Yeah,
it's each week it's a challenge for all of us. I think our football team understands the importance of preparation, and I don't know that there's just teams out there anymore that you necessarily say that you should just beat with what's going on in college football. But the only part that we can control as a staff and as a football team is to practice hard and put in the work during the week, and then let the guys go play on Saturday and have some fun and ask them to give great effort. I really believe that. Winning and losing is very, very important, but also the improvement and how they're playing the game and what we're getting out of them is also very important. So each week is a challenge for us. We just have to continue to move forward.
One thing I would think your guys can relate to, they've got 5 wins. So they're looking for number 6, which is that magic bowl number. A few years ago, that would have been, this program was looking for, 6 around this stage.
Well, I don't have any question. They're going to be ready to play, and they're an improved football team. They're playing much better this year. They've got guys that are making plays and on both sides of the ball, and so I would think their approach would be very similar to ours. They're going to try to practice hard and come out and play, and that's the good thing about college football. That's going to happen. What motivates teams? I'm not sure. I just know that in order to play the game for the right reasons, you ought to practice each day and prepare and go play hard. I mean, that's why we do this. And no matter how many wins or losses you have, you need to go compete every Saturday.
Are you concerned at all about Zach being able to bounce back from a tough night?
Now, Zach will be fine. Zach pressed. I've been there. I've done that myself. And so I have a pretty good feel for what he did. We have complete confidence in his ability. And when you're a good player at any level and you don't play well, there'll always be a question come up. But he's been a proven player for us, and Zach's very stable mentally, and would expect him to practice well and go compete. And he just pressed. He tried to do a little bit too much, and it cost him at times. And the flip side of that, the guys that made those plays were good players that made plays.
Mike, this will be the first time you guys head north of Stillwater this year. Can you talk about traveling north? Does that change anything in preparation for a week's worth of a game?
No, it's the same for us. I mean, you got hour 10 up there in the flight, very similar to other places we go in the South, and so our routine will stay the same. It's a 2:30 start, and so we'll practice here and let the players go to school Friday and travel up there and walk through and go to the hotel and get ready to play on Saturday.
I know a couple of the guys talked about they kind of like playing in cold weather. They were linemen, of course, but do you kind of get the feeling that guys kind of like doing that these days, kind of playing in the tough conditions?
Oh, they don't really say much about it. I think the cold weather, honestly, would be linemen. I think most skilled guys would prefer somewhat neutral weather, but they don't really say much about the weather.
Mike, I've got to watch a lot of film, teams you're playing and teams you're playing that they play. Can you figure out the Big 12 North at this point?
Barry, I'm not sure I can figure anybody out, and I know you guys are tired of me saying this, and I'll continue to say it, that college football's changed in the last couple of years, and I think it's great for the fans and everybody, and it's going to be tough on the coaches because there's so much parity out there that you have to really work hard to keep your players focused and get them in preparation for the next game. And so we've seen a lot of crossover tape, and teams seem to play different each week.
Does that make it harder to prepare?
Not necessarily to prepare. I think that I think we're coming to a time where the days are getting close to the end of saying, okay, you look at the schedule and they're supposed to beat this team, this team, this team, and they're supposed to lose to this team. I think those days are out the window anymore. I think it'll draw a lot more attention and hopefully get more people to show up at all the games across the country because there should be a lot of interest.
Well, I'm saying, like, when you're watching the team and they might look great, and then the next week you're like, they're so. So that didn't change your preparation at all?
It doesn't for us. I don't know that would ever change unless you were on a team or coaching on a team that was far, far superior to the other teams, and then maybe it would have changed your approach. We're not in that situation here. We have still some young players that are getting adjusted to playing at this level, and so we have to prepare the same each week.
At what point in your life do you cross paths with Gunner Brewer and say, hey, if I'm ever a head coach, this is a guy that I want with me on my side?
You lost me. He is on my side.
What?
You mean when?
As a younger coach, an assistant coach, or wherever else. But say, hey, this is a guy, if I get to be a head coach, I want him with me.
Well, personally for me, guys that I have coached with or have recruited against and spent time with at nights and talked football and get some sort of a feel for their values and leadership abilities and what kind of people they are, that's I've leaned more in that area in hiring coaches than I have anything else. And one thing I've learned in just the short time I've done this is that if you hire good people that have great work habits and they're willing to do anything to take care of the players, then they'll probably be pretty good coaches. Eventually guys can learn X's and O's, and I'm not saying that there's not some guys that maybe have more experience and can help contribute to a staff, but you don't want to have too many of them because then everybody's drawing up plays. But I think the 9 guys that are assistant coaches at this level need to, 1, care about the players, 2, have good values, and 3, have good work habits, and the rest takes care of itself.
Mike, can you talk a little bit about Andre Sexton? He's a guy who has been asked to do several different things in his career here. He's kind of persevered and at the same time been one of those guys you count on for leadership.
Andre's done a tremendous job for us. Talk about guys not showing up on lists. Class misses, study hall misses, any appointments that they have, and he doesn't ever show up on a list. He takes care of his business all the time. He comes from a very strong, is a very good family at home that's instilled great values in him and has been a benefit for him. And he's one of those players or people, I should say, that you know if you'd say, boy, if my son could grow up and be like him, I'd want him to be like an Andre Sexton.